In 2015, alongside President Shimon Peres, Dr. Mike Evans founded the Friends of Zion Museum in Jerusalem with the aim of combating anti-Semitism and educating people from all backgrounds about the heroic accounts of Christians throughout history. For Dr. Evans, the most critical objective today for the movement is to recruit the millions of people, evangelicals and other Protestants, to fight alongside Israel in the forum of world opinion. And after President Trump declared his intention to move the embassy, as we saw in the video, Dr. Evans announced he would give an award to all world leaders who move their country's embassy to Jerusalem. So far, been giving to President Trump, Jimmy Morales of Guatemala, the former Paraguayan president, and who knows, maybe soon Moldova, which announced last week that it would be moving its embassy. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. Mike Evans.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here. And I'll tell you, the first thing I want us to do is I want us to thank, in my opinion, the greatest president in American history for the state of Israel, Donald J. Trump. Mr. President, we thank you for all that you've done for the state of Israel and your administration. God bless you. I certainly respectfully disagree when someone tells me that Obama was so wonderful for Israel. The dumbing down of America has all began in the name of political correctness. At the heart of liberalism is a belief that evil really doesn't exist. People are basically good. And thus individuals cannot be held accountable for the work they do, the evil they do, the wrong they do. The liberal tactic is it's better just to talk with people, since we are basically all the same and reasonable at heart, rather than bring criminals to justice or fighting to stop those committing those crimes. The liberal left has convinced America and Israel that the war on terror cannot be won through military action, and is attempting to fracture our will to even win it. Secular humanists make excuses for evil, or worse, deny it exists and tolerate it by refusing to confront it. The liberal left kills the soul. The terrorists kill the body. These humanists invented Yasser Arafat as a peacemaker. I was at the White House when Arafat finished his speech. I'll never forget it. I sat next to the Speaker of the House, Jim Wright. Jim said, "He's a charming fellow. I want to get his autograph." The last words out of Arafat's mouth in Arabic were, in English it said, "I do this for the peace of the brave." But in Arabic it's for the blood of the martyrs. We're fighting a war between good and evil, right and wrong. And it's important, your worldview, because self-loathing has replaced righteous indignation and begets appeasement. I put up billboards all over Jerusalem. Trump, make Israel great. Why? Because I know the man. He believes that Israel is good. And he believes that Israel's enemies are evil. There's someone else that has the same worldview, Benjamin Netanyahu. Don't believe for a second that all the venom that's being spewed at him is personal. He's the poster boy, just like Donald Trump. It would make no difference what his name was. When you show so much pride for your country, you're disdained by the left. Now let me talk to you for a moment about Gulf state leaders. I've met with most of them. I've met with MBZ in the Emirates. I've met with MBS in Saudi Arabia, the Crown Prince. And I can tell you something astonishing. These leaders are more pro-Israel than a lot of Jews. MBZ tells me this. This is the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. He says, when I was fighting terror, I begged Obama to join strategically with my forces 2 times. We fought the terrorists. He didn't show up with his team. And I had 20 suicide bomber cars. No team. He said, a ship is coming. Iranian missiles. I tell the general, come on, you have to stop it. Come on, you have to stop it. Finally, it stopped. I'm so happy. I say to the general, please thank President Obama. He said, whispered to me, no, President Obama did nothing. Benjamin Netanyahu called and said, you have 24 hours to take it out, or Israel will take it out. This is the Crown Prince of the Emirates. I can tell you this, when I met with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, I said to him, what do you think of Jews and what do you think of Christians? I like them both. Tell me why. Because my mother was one. I said, what are you talking about? My father's house director, he said, who raised me, was an Ethiopian Jew evangelical. Wow. Now I can tell you this, in 2.5 hours, the stuff that I heard from the Crown Prince was so astonishing towards Israel that I had to brief the White House and the Prime Minister. Absolutely would blow your mind if you know what this man is thinking. He said on that one statement, I said, what can the Palestinians do? He said, oh, it's simple. They need to copy Israel. Copy Israel, that's all. I can't talk about a lot of the things, but I want to bring up a rabbi right now, Goldstein. I was just with him in San Diego. Our team provided the security for his synagogue 24 hours a day. But I said to Rabbi Goldstein, Rabbi, talk to me about the shooter. He said, Mike, the shooter posted everything. He said he posted thanking the community, his manifesto, his Facebook page, and others before he attacked my synagogue. One responded back, get a high score, which means kill a lot of people. The same thing happened in Pittsburgh. Now you say, well, there's nothing we can do about it. You're wrong. There's something I can do about it. Our FOZ operation is building a cyber terror network in which we identify these evil devils and we don't allow them to attack a synagogue. We go to the law enforcement. We can do that from Israel, by the way, but we can't do it from the United States. Very important that you fight these kind of wars because the terror war exists. It exists. Now I want to announce something important before I close, and that is on November 3rd of this year, we're going to unveil the Donald Trump exhibition in the My Friends of Zion Museum. The Prime Minister Netanyahu and Ambassador David Friedman will speak at the launch of the Donald Trump exhibition. I want to tell you something that I believe with all my heart. Because of the moral clarity of this president and the moral clarity of your Prime Minister, because of them, I believe the legacy is going to be peace between 5 to 6 Gulf states with the state of Israel. I told it to Jared Kushner over dinner in the White House, and I said to him, in the president's second term, he smiled and said, why not the first term? Thank you, Jerusalem Post. Thank you for your moral clarity and your courage. God bless you all.